If you grew up with a Super Nintendo, chances are you've either played or at least heard of Zombies Ate My Neighbors, that gloriously chaotic top-down shooter that felt like a Saturday morning cartoon, if that cartoon was made entirely of B-movie horror tropes and panic. Released in 1993 by LucasArts, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is one of those games people remember fondly but also vaguely recall as being absolutely brutal. So today, let's revisit it and answer the real question: does it still hold up, or is nostalgia doing all the heavy lifting? Right away, the game nails its identity. You play as either Zeke or Julie, two teams armed with water guns, soda cans, lawnmowers and whatever else they can find, all while trying to rescue helpless neighbours from waves of monsters, which are zombies obviously, but also chainsaw maniacs, giant ants, vampires, werewolves, mummies, pod people and even Martians. It's basically every low-budget horror movie idea thrown into a blender, but yet it works. The tone is goofy, fast-paced, and intentionally ridiculous. You're not here for deep lore, you're here to save cheerleaders from zombies while throwing plates at a Frankenstein. At its core, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a top-down run-and-gun action game. Each level drops you to a maze-like suburban mall, pyramid, or castle, and your goal is simple: save all the neighbours. Sounds easy, it's absolutely not. Enemies constantly spawn, ammo is limited, and one wrong turn can mean a neighbour gets eaten in seconds. The controls are tight and responsive, which is crucial because the game is fast and very unforgiving. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the game's difficulty. It is not you'll learn with practice hard, it's not modern indie hard, it is that classic SNES rental era hard. Ammo is scarce, you come across blind corners, instant neighbour deaths, and limited continues means the game does not care about your feelings. Losing a single neighbour can end a level, forcing you to restart and replay areas again and again. That said, it's a fair type of hard. Most deaths are your fault. With memorization, smarter weapon use and patience you can absolutely improve, but make no mistake, this is a game that expects commitment. Visually, the game still looks amazing. The sprites are colourful, they're expressive and they're packed with personality. Enemies have clear silhouettes, animations are smooth, and the environments are varied enough to stay interesting over its many levels. The music is iconic, bouncy and spooky and instantly recognisable. It perfectly balances tension with the comedy, and the sound effects such as like zombie moans and weapon noises are actually burned into the brains of anyone who ever played this as a kid. So, does Zombies Ate My Neighbors still hold up today? Yes, but with a warning. If you enjoy retro challenges, arcade style design, then this is still an absolute classic. But if you prefer checkpoints, generous ammo and modern difficulty balancing, you might bounce off this one pretty hard. But even then, its creativity, humour and sheer personality make it a worthwhile experience, at least once. It's a time capsule of an era where games were bold, weird and unapologetically tough, and somehow it still manages to feel fresh today. If you've never played it, go grab a copy or an emulator, and if you have played it, sure, why not crack it open again. And remember, save your neighbours, they won't save themselves.